Harass.
Yes.
Okay,
You gonna roll your stash?
so now that
Why would I
Craft
roll
and
when I
Angel are
know that
both
I have
here.
0 stash and 0 coin on my page?
Okay.
No, if you roll, you might be able to scrape together some slugs to buy a whore for this man. Um,
Ah,
Can I
okay.
just dip into his
I'll
own
do it.
pocket and then? Oh, jeez.
hey, look at that. Crass actually has a little bit of coin. So
Hey, I don't know where this came from.
Flashback. Took it out of Pinkerton's own pocket. He's like, I'll just treat you.
They're all looking for it. Crass like reaches in, pulls it out, and like in his palm is like, "What the fuck? Where did that come from?" And Pinkerton just takes it, and he's like, "Oh, thank you."
all right. So now that Angel and Crass are both here, why don't we get a rundown of what the plan is here? What's going on with Pinkerton?
Okay.
Well, Matt, when a man likes a whore very much,
I don't think those are the lyrics to the song.
No, he's giving me the birds and the bees talk.
Oh, jeez.
Are they still birds and bees if they're prostitutes?
Well, this is
they're call
Duskwall.
girls, Cyril.
This is Duskwall, so it's probably like demonic moths and demonic crows or something.
Okay, so the basic rundown of the plan is originally we were just gonna buy us some time by wandering around the area and getting very minimal information about the red sashes. But now that we've stumbled upon a brothel, we're going to try and get him so giddy that we can potentially sway him to be an insider for us with the Lamblacks. Don't know how successfully this is gonna go.
I mean, he does like redheads who are named after Celestial.
There was
Oh.
another reason that you guys were going there because someone of the red sashes frequents there a lot.
I don't have that down. I mean, it's possible that I didn't write it down.
I thought there was another reason you were going there.
Well, I also went there just to buy us more time because
I thought we went there so Angel could be among her people.
that too.
You were trying to show him a good time, right?
Right. We were trying to kind of just get the heat isn't really the word for it, but just kind of get them off our backs a little bit so that he wasn't so uptight around us and you know.
Yeah, because prostitutes where you would go with that idea.
Well, we just happened to stumble upon it while we were in the market, so.
Oh, great.
Oh no,
Yeah,
we
we
just
took 'em shopping
accidentally
first.
walked by
And
the brothel.
suddenly a whorehouse.
Oh, Matt, that's what the whorehouse could have been named. Suddenly a whorehouse.
Surprise whorehouse. All right. Okay, so you pay for a rather we'll say Rubenesque woman to because Cress is not that wealthy to go up with Pinkerton. And then you guys hang out having drinks and making small talk with the other ladies.
Well, I am just kind of
Trying
to know the ins
consort.
and outs of the business. You know, wink, wink.
Okay. I mean, they hit up all three of you,
the business.
like trying to see if there's more like slugs between you. You know,
Oh, there might
Wait, which
Not
bits
rich
are
man
Angel
pockets.
going for?
what's that?
So which bits is Angel going for? Like lady bits or man bits? Because like
She
he
doesn't
could have just saved the
discriminate.
money. Could have just saved the money and sent you up a Pinkerton just saying.
Say it in the chat.
You got something to say over there, buddy?
I know.
Say it to my face.
Come on, Cam. Don't be shy.
All right. Apparently, he wants to just listen. 'Cause
Say
he
it to
doesn't
her
know what the
face,
fuck
it's
is
Cam.
going on.
Jesus.
So Cam goes up to the door and listens.
Oh.
They don't really charge him for it. They just kind of, give him a couple weird looks.
The
No, you
the
guys-
madame is like, sir, this isn't really that kind of establishment.
As he's like whittling a people in the door. Like,
Oh my goodness.
You should try and lead a group consort roll.
I
Which
think
would
we're
be a
gonna...
good time for Cameron to learn how the consort rolls happen.
But nothing's happening yet. Wait, is Pinkerton done with his little...
No, with the prostitute.
I don't need the prostitute.
Matt, I didn't know Pinkerton was such a man of endurance.
No, you should lead a consort roll because the red sashes go there and talk to them.
Do we notice any around, Matt?
this is gonna be a like, oh my god, he killed a person.
Well, there actually happens to be one walking down the stairs right now.
Ah. Okay. Let's have, I guess, I don't know what to do to him. Grab him, shove him in the corner and start talking to him.
I'd like to do my
What would you like to do, Crass?
tie it off. Shows off my abs.
Oh. Is it a male or female red sash?
It's a male.
Maybe he's into that.
Tall fellow, he's got he's got a goatee. He's got his head shaved actually, but he looks like he's pretty lean.
Hmm.
He actually has a sword at his hip, and it looks to be somewhat ornate. You've heard that there's some kind of decoration protocol as to their training with the swords, and like the more ornate the sword usually means the more deadly they are with it.
Oh. Do we recognize who he is? Like, do we know who this person is?
No, you guys don't have any recognition of him.
Shit. Cress, what do you want to do?
I'd like to walk up to him.
Just rip your shirt open.
I'm gonna place my hand
Take
on
me
his.
now.
I'm gonna place my hand on his hip, and say, "It's quite a nice sword you got there. Mind if I touch it?"
Oh, God.
He
Get his hand cut off.
it doesn't phase him like in the least. He just kind of casually glances over and he says, "You touch that sword, you might not be pulling a hand back."
Hey, big boy, I didn't mean that sword.
He's like, "All right, well now you're talking."
Oh.
No, he narrows his eyes and says, "Yeah, well, I'm just here for another drink before I return." And he kind of turns away from you, like leaning his hip up against the bar, and if your hand is still there, like it gets smashed into the bar.
God damn it! Why would you do that?
He ignores you.
Do I have enough gold to buy him a drink? Or salt slugs?
I was gonna say.
Fred, you're fresh out.
Ah.
On a scale of 1 to utterly disastrous, how whore-like do I look right now?
Well, how whore-like did you look when you dressed up this morning?
11 out of 10.
I would say I went for a more casual look. And
Okay.
then, can I try and trick him into thinking I'm one of the whores?
Okay. I mean, does Angel dress feminine as a rule? Because I mean, the picture
Not really.
doesn't scream feminine.
Kind of, sorta.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Okay.
Not really. Biddy's probably more of the...
Oh, wow. You say I dress like a
More
prostitute?
feminine is what I
And
meant.
I
Like
quote,
all the
I
dresses
have a
and
titty
stuff.
out. So
I do not just roll out with a single titty out.
She gets out of bed in the morning.
I mean, didn't really take much to get it out, though.
It's very Drekken, right? With the...
Oh.
I'm gonna go up to him at the bar.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna say,
hey, boo, it me.
I'm gonna say, I've not seen you around these parts, even though it's a complete lie, but he doesn't need to know that. I'm just gonna, just act like, oh, I've never seen you around here before.
Well, you haven't actually.
Have I?
You haven't.
Okay, yeah.
So.
But I'm gonna try and make him think that I frequent the area.
Oh, I see.
I mean, this is your place of employment.
I was gonna say, doesn't seem to be a lie, but
Wink, wink.
he gives you a once over. He says, "Oh, you were not here for the ladies yourself."
Occasionally, I may come here for the ladies, but I kind of look at his sword and I'm like, it's a big sword you got there.
Don't try that one. Hand cut off.
Yes, the gentleman over there was just remarking about it. Curious that he's not taken a lady upstairs himself.
I think he's trying to just catch one, or trying to find one that catches his fancy. I don't think any of them are doing it for him right now.
The madam overhears this and kind of gives Crass a dirty look, and he says, "Well, I'm not quite accustomed to doing very much socializing in one of these establishments."
We don't have to socialize then. Wink, wink.
He says, "Oh, Angel is what? Is she Akarosi? Oh, she's a Scotlander." Okay.
Mhm.
He says,
You want snoo snoo? I've been holding that in for so long, I'm sorry.
The spirit is willing, but the flesh is spongy and bruised.
he says, "Well, oh, you work here then?"
Does the madam notice me? Because I wanna say yes, but I also don't want to get thrown out.
I mean, there's not a lot of chatter in the room. I mean, there's a couple like booths where, like, if you were to come here with some people, like you would sit down in the booths and like the ladies would bring you drinks and then bring you upstairs, But it's kind of, I mean, it's not really designed for a lot of people to be hanging around in. So pretty much everything you're saying is being overheard by everyone around you.
Oh, snap!
Yeah.
No, I'm
Can
sorry.
I cough as she whispers?
Say.
Why the group action?
And I'm really not trying to make this more awkward than it has to be, but
Matt, up the awkward to 12.
Unlimited awkwardness. Okay, I'm gonna
top
I'm
our
gonna say,
bathhouse scene.
I've still not seen the bathhouse scene, which I desperately want to. Is it up on YouTube, by the way?
I think it is.
I think Griffin got a monocle stuck up his ass.
Oh my goodness.
No, I don't think that's true.
No, that we were
I
just.
start to
we,
doubt
we
my
were
words
kidding
as I
about
say them.
that.
I start to doubt my words as I say them.
I didn't have a monocle. I only had manacles. Sadly, my
Okay.
third eye will be forever blind.
Oh.
My God.
All right, I'm gonna say not from this one. Wink, wink.
Blank.
Hey, buddy, you should
However,
start
my
making...
my I'm
Go
gonna
ahead.
bring Sapper into this.
Oh,
I'm gonna say
Jeez.
my
Sapper.
friend and I were looking for someone to have a little fun with. Wink, wink. And I kind of point over at Sapper and I'm like, that handsome fellow over there.
I kind of lean back and wave slightly awkwardly.
He doesn't talk a lot because his mouth's better for something else.
Oh.
All right. So it sounds like maybe you are attempting some kind of action here.
Mhm.
Yes.
I was gonna say
Sway him into bed.
sway or consort. I I don't know which one.
Whichever one you want to do.
I could see either.
Let's go sway.
Either. Okay. We'll go desperate for this one.
Cameron,
Okay.
to assist her, since you're also including this action,
Yes.
you say, I'm going to assist her, and then you give yourself 2 stress, and she gets to roll an extra die.
Yeah, Cameron gets 1 stress.
1 stress,
Yeah.
and an extra die.
Are you assisting me?
I was going to
Yes.
assist.
Okay, I'll give you a
Press
devil's
him.
bargain in that, if you, I was just gonna say if you follow through, I'll give you a bonus die, but I don't want to hold you to that. That would be weird.
If you describe to us the kind of weird dreams you had during your nap,
no,
you have an extra die.
I'm desperately trying to close this scene out because it's.
It's going.
Esther upped
crashing
it to,
to ground.
Esther made it the weird like group ordeal. She could have said that Cameron was her pimp and he beats her if she doesn't do well. So, although I guess if she's snoo, that wouldn't work.
He beats me.
Why don't you find me better clients?
Okay.
I mean, you
Didn't
could
bring
do
her
some
life
things that
lesson.
would get you guaranteed banned from this particular establishment. If so that like the consequence would be you get banned from this establishment by doing lewd things in front of these
Oh
people.
no, I was gonna say we were gonna take him
Yeah, just pop a
outside,
teddy
and
out.
then
No,
we
I
were
mean
gonna...
like as part of your seduction attempt, and then
Oh.
move on to other places.
Well, I don't want to get banned because Pinkerton's still in there. So, I was just gonna suggest that he could meet me outside.
Okay, well, so that was my devil's bargain. Do you want to push yourself to? Or,
Well, I have an assist from Sapper, right? Or
Yeah.
Cress. Okay.
Can
mean,
we
tech-
both assist her?
well, I mean, technically this could be a group effort. So,
The 4-way.
so Kratz,
Okay.
you could also attempt to consort.
So I would not roll any bonus die in that case.
You're rolling the 1 bonus die from.
I thought if it was a group effort, then everyone just rolled independent dice.
No, so I'm saying that Kratz and Angel are making it, could make it a group effort, but
And then that Sapper is giving me the...
then
assist.
Sapper wouldn't give you the assist. So
Oh, okay. Alright. You want to make it a group action then, Cress?
I'd rather you just take the assist.
Okay.
All right.
Here
sorry,
we go.
overcomplicated that. So desperate and okay.
Then I roll.
Wow.
No, you're good.
All right.
Oh, shit.
All right. Mark
Stress of
XP
success.
on your resolve. And yeah, you pull it off. You get you and Kratz and this gentleman who you learn his name is Rahul.
Mm-hmm.
Managed to go off into I don't know, what's your plan?
I plan to take him outside, but then we're going to threaten him.
Okay.
Okay, good. Because Matt really didn't want to describe that scene.
No, I mean I was gonna fade to black long before James ever got within 10 feet of it, but
Okay. I mean,
Sorry,
I was
James, you
I was
have
gonna
that
say
reputation.
15 feet away and just watch like Cameron.
Oh my
fair enough. All right. So, Sapper, what are you doing while this is going on? Are you following them out to threaten as well?
Yeah. I'm just gonna follow behind.
Okay. So
At
you
a
pull
good distance.
you pull them into an alleyway, like this is going to be, hey, we'll do something fun in the alleyway, and then
Okay.
what do you do?
And then I'm going to kind of push him up against the wall and then pull out a pistol and hold it at
Him
his
up by
junk.
the throat.
All right. He I mean, like, this guy is cool as ever. he looks down at the pistol, then back up at you, and
How did you know this is my fetish?
he says, "You scav whore."
Hey now. Those are fighting words.
It's like you just you admitted to as much inside.
Okay. Well, the reality of the situation is we're trying to kind of get together. I guess the Lampblacks have it out for you right now, and you have it out for the Lampblacks.
You're friends with the
And,
Lampblacks, then.
We are not friends. I don't think you could use those words. What I want is I want someone on the inside of the red sashes. Wink, wink at him.
While you're holding a pistol.
To his junk, yes.
So hang on. You've got
Wait, are you
Pinkerton
also
inside.
trying to negotiate a deal?
Wink, wink.
you got Pinkerton inside, whom you're trying to have as an inside man inside the
Uh-huh.
Lampblacks, and you've got Rahul out here outside, who you're threatening with a gun to his piece, and, and you're trying to get him as an inside man into the red sashes. This is
No, that's not
Good plan.
not something that you answer with. That's
So when
It's
do we
gonna
head-
work out, I think. Crass, give me a hand here. Actually, we should take his sword.
Okay.
oh,
I guess
snap.
I cup his balls.
Wait a second.
Other sword. Other sword.
Beatty and Harry are just detected disturbance in the force as this is all going
He's
down.
like, oh, our
Okay,
plan.
I cup his hilt then. Sorry.
Okay, you take his sword.
Yeah.
Aw, Cameron, are you sure you want to play this game with us?
He says,
Just
"You're going to
running
regret
away.
taking that."
You're gonna regret that. What's Sapper doing?
Sapper's standing there menacingly.
Keeping watch. Just keeping
Okay.
watch.
I'm not sure where I want to go now with this because I feel like he's gonna kill me as soon as I turn around.
He doesn't have a sword now.
Yeah, but he's a lot bigger than I am.
That's what I'm for.
Okay. Look, we have a lot of heat on our backs from the both of y'all. So we kind of need you guys to back down on the Canal Street Couriers.
And so, in taking my sword, you think you're and threatening me, you're thinking you're going to get in good with us?
Yes.
Wait, yes.
Logic, my one weakness.
We haven't killed you yet.
I'll be right back real quick.
I didn't think this through. Out of character, I say that.
No, you should say that in character and be
Oh my
like,
gosh.
I did not think this through.
Now would be a
Um,
perfect time for Sapper to come in and save the day.
Sapper, save the
Sapper.
day.
We need you.
Save the day, Cameron.
I mean, Crass has only just grabbed his balls and then grabbed his
Yeah.
sword. I'm not really sure like what to do after that. I'm like, wait.
You just sexually assaulted like a lieutenant.
My way of helping would not be helping.
All
Do you have
so-
Thunderwave?
Oh my God.
As you say.
Do you have alchemicals? 'Cause
I do.
There might be. I don't know, could you hit him with trench powder or something?
Could we
Yeah,
just drug this
you
dude
should-
and take him back?
Yeah, and then we can just
And then just
Stockholm him again.
give
Throw
him
him in
some
the
kind
cage
of.
with the throw him in the cage with the kid. Yeah, it'll work
You want me
great.
to put You want me to put trans powder on him?
Puts him in like a hypnotic state for a short amount of time, and then I don't know, either you can maybe try to make him forget that this incident happened if you want to back out of this.
What if we Did you say you wanted to take him back to our lair?
Oh, great. We're abducting people again.
If you want to do that, sure.
Biddy will start another clock.
But you do have 2 alchemists there, and like, there's a lot of drugs and stuff you could try to use here.
Right. Hold on. Actually, I have a list of the.
I don't know what thing or tools in here. I don't know
Crest, do
what-
we want to take him back to the lair?
I mean, it is similar to hypnotism if you do want to use trance powder on him.
Oh, okay, sweet. I actually have the list over here.
Oh, Black Lotus induces a coma-like stupor and visions.
That was a month and a half ago.
Okay, we'll keep his sword, but why don't we use that on him?
Oh, we're just gonna kill him?
No. It's just gonna make him
I
hallucinate.
have a silence potion vial I could drop down, and then you could shoot him in the dick, and no one will hear it.
Oh. I think we'll get so many ticks on the clock or on a clock for him that it's just gonna immediately start an all-out war.
It was just a
Make it look like a mugging.
We could take his coin and go back in and buy some drinks. I'll buy you a fine lass.
How come we don't have a calling card yet?
We do. We blame Ulf Ironborn for everything.
Oh my gosh, but he's not gonna remember that
abduct people.
if we use.
I
Like,
mean,
Black Lotus
the
or
other
something
main
on
issue with
him.
that is the fact that Ulf Ironborn is dead. But
Yeah.
Just recently.
Yeah, maybe he doesn't know that guy's dead yet.
And I'm not exactly sure we want our names on this particular incident.
No.
Might be a bit late
What?
for that, but
I mean, just a tad.
She
All
did
right.
a name check us.
I do. Okay,
Oh, yeah,
both
she did.
both Sapper and I have all chemicals that we can use.
Yeah.
Sapper, what do you want to use on him? We'll
I
keep his
have
sword though.
just that silence. Oh, wait, Sapper, sorry. Cameron, come in and save the day.
Just use some trance powder and then say this never happened and he lost his sword to the prostitute.
Thank you, inner voice.
You're welcome.
God.
Yeah, let's go with what she said. Because I'm still trying to figure all this out.
It's okay, buddy. Me too. Every day of my life.
All right. So
All right. We're
You-
gonna use some drugs on him.
okay. So there's yeah. If you want to use trance powder,
hmm
Sapper, are you doing this or Angel, are you doing this?
I'll take the harm.
There's no harm. I mean,
I think if you use it, you.
No, you just have to finesse it onto his face. You have to say how you do it because if you do it in the wrong way, then you can get harmed.
I mean, you could be saying that you could be said that you're tinkering with his mind, with your
That's true.
alchemicals.
Yeah.
You guys want to make this a group effort?
Y- Sure. Let's do that so that Cam can figure out how to do it.
Okay. So, Cress, how are you going to? I mean, like, I guess it falls on you to keep him pinned while they tinker with his mind.
Yeah.
So,
I'll
let's.
give him a Vulcan death pinch.
You could threaten him with his sword.
Oh, that okay.
All right.
I'll hold that to his junk.
Group action. Both of you roll tinker.
Okay. Risky?
Yeah, we'll call it risky and standard. Who's leading, by the way?
I am.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Identical roles.
so yeah, I mean it's pretty easy to get him into a hypnotic state with the tinker powder. He tries to shy away from it, but um, pretty much at sword point he is being harangued into this. And then like you can see sort of the sharpness leave his eyes and his features droop, and he just looks between the three of you, well, slowly moving his head back and forth. Like his eyes don't move, it's just his head moving.
Oh gods, you guys made him retarded.
I'm gonna be like, the horror stole your things. You have to go back in there and get it back.
The horse stole my things.
Mm-hmm.
Make a big scene of it too.
You do not want to sell us death sticks.
I kind of like pull him away from the wall and slowly lead him back to the entrance of the whorehouse. I'm like, go in there and find it.
I'll
But
find. Yeah, find that. Hmm.
Give him a little pat on the butt as he walks through the door.
Okay. All right.
Hey Matt, how subject to semantics is trans powder?
I mean, it's up to interpretation. They did well in their tinker rolls, so I mean, this is
Okay.
more flavor than anything.
Okay. I was just curious because I didn't want to give you an idea if you didn't think of it. But,
No, I'm well aware, but
okay.
I'm just glad we got out of this without a real threesome going on. So
Hey, there's still three of us.
So would like that be a rec roll or?
I think for certain people it would probably. I'll just leave it at that. All right. So I think we have all of the players necessary. You guys have all kind of done your information gathering stuff going on. I mean, do you guys want to just leave for Pinkerton to his whore, or what? I mean, like, what are you guys doing with him next?
Just
Another one.
abandon him.
Yeah, we'll leave him in there for a little bit. He seems to be enjoying himself, and he's not distracting or getting in the way of everyone else.
Okay. How do I want this to play out?
Poorly for us, I would imagine.
Yes, well, we'll see. Let's see what the dice say.
Have Pinkerton get her pregnant and we can have a baby.
No.
Wait.
So after, so you guys are just waiting outside on the stoop, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mhm.
The hawker girl who's trying to lure people in is giving you dirty looks, like you guys are making us look bad kind of looks, but not much you can do because you're on a stoop. But after I mean, it's about 2 minutes after you send Rahul inside when you hear this blood-curdling scream from a woman, and then about a minute later, Rahul is like unceremoniously tossed out onto the steps, goes end over end, and he's covered in blood. Like he's still like in a stupor, but
Oh no.
it looks like they had to call in the men that work in the back of the place, like ensuring the ladies are not, ensuring that when a lady screams like that, that something is done, right? And
Damn it, Pinkerton!
and then Rahul is sort of just left, like he's still kind of in a stupor. He's like, and where's my sword? And then like a minute later, Pinkerton kind of strolls out and like steps around Rahul. He's like, what happened to this guy? He's like, oh, yeah, that should hit the spot. Yeah. Let me tell you, this thing,
Those aren't the words I would use.
So, Pinkerton, could you describe in very good detail what all you just did?
Oh, he's like this thing that she does with her tongue. Let me
No,
tell you.
okay, Pinkerton, let's be on our way, my friend.
He's like, all right, where to next?
I think you should have a drink after that. Let's take him to a bar.
Okay, which bar?
What's nearby?
The one we never pay for.
Oh,
No love of God
We're
don't subject
broke.
Esme to this poor person.
Do not.
that might not be a bad idea.
I mean, we're broke.
Except you guys don't know that Thorn is also there getting free drinks for his friends. Esme's just gonna be like, listen, you motherfuckers.
Oh,
I mean, you are her supplier of cup of
by
fan, so.
the minstrel's mead on our way home from this inn.
All right.
Okay.
So you take him back to
Well,
the minstrel's mead, more
yeah.
consorting, or what are you doing?
Alcohol is my vice.
Oh,
Alcohol is
you
your
don't
vice.
have any stress.
Yeah, so yeah, that's the point. Yeah.
But I mean, still, playing into your vices can give you experience at the end of the session,
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
which I would say Angel missed a prime opportunity to play into her vice. So
Well,
what
I
the
didn't
heck,
want to be
Angel?
doing that on the job.
right. I mean, are you ever off the job, Dallin? I mean, this is a full-time gig, right?
I mean, I don't know what the other two would have been doing if I was just in there hanging out the whole time with a bunch of whores.
Just watching.
Drinking.
Cam already said he just wanted to listen, and you know.
Okay, he'll listen. I'll be the eyes.
That's pretty strange.
Blindfold.
Not gonna lie,
makes
that's
the
pretty weird.
sensation so much better.
Does it look like it sounds? Does it look like it sounds?
She's pulling out the blackjack, and all right. So, all right, you take him to the minstrel's mead,
Hmm.
and what do you guys do there?
Has he taken any drugs while he was at the
Oh my God,
whorehouse?
you accidentally overdose this guy. That would be amazing.
It looks like maybe he had a little dream smoke.
Okay. Because I'm wondering if it'll be easier to just ask him how the lampblacks are doing so far, and just if he would be more, I guess, loose-lipped as far as divulging information at this point.
Tell you what, he
he's-
left
he's-
that lady loosely.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
my
man.
God.
Well, no, he's definitely divulging a lot more information than Angel wants to hear at this point. And Crass is just eating it up because he's Crass. But yeah, no, he definitely seems a bit more suggestible. He's warming up to you guys quite a bit, especially since you phoned it up for the lady of the night.
Okay. So, Pinkerton, what's the real reason that the lampblacks want to get on the good side of the red sashes?
Well, to be honest, we started this war, and we want to, we'd love to finish it, but we underestimated them. Them stupid blades, they move so quick. Oh, and I think Baz is losing his nerve. I'm not sure Baz is going to make it out of this one though.
And what do you mean by that?
Well, he ain't the only one who the rest of us respect, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Cut to Harry.
This is Pickett. He knows a thing or two, and we few of us are we're pretty loyal to Pickett.
I've not met Pickett. Did you guys meet him?
No.
No.
Nope.
Okay. So who is he? Pickett.
Pickett is a. I mean, you know him to be the second of the Lampblacks. He's pretty shrewd, from what you
Okay.
know.
Okay. So would you say the Lampblacks are losing influence in this city?
Well, I think we're on the verge of losing the war, and I think, to be honest, I think we've already lost it. We'll be lucky if any of us make it out of this alive. The way that the sashes are coming after us.
Interesting. So,
Mm,
how are you looking as far as supplies go? You know, your armory and things like that.
Well, one of our warehouses burned down. Had quite a few arms in it. So
How that could happen.
we're not doing so well. You know, we've all got our blades and such, but we're looking for we're aggressively recruiting other blades, shall we say?
Hmm. So they're not doing hot, and I wonder if our crew is doing better than theirs. And if so, could we take over that? Could we essentially own the Lampblacks? Because right now we're kind of at their beck and call, which is really irritating. So I'm wondering if we can reverse the role here.
Like,
Oh.
so as you guys talk at the minstrel's mead, he's swigging at his drink, looking a little drunk. Um, he says, it's really sad. The when the gas lights went away and we went on to them lightning lights, we thought we were finished. And God help us, the gondoliers propped us up, and all the other workers, even the rail jacks were on our side, and we made something of ourselves. And now we're just fodder for this city and proof that the foreigners can't be trusted. He's talking about the Ruvian red sashes, and proof that there's just not room for working class folk. We were heroes to the other working class people, and now we're on our last stand, right?
Hmm.
Well, now I feel bad for him.
And Angel's heart grew 3 times that day.
I see. All right. And you must really think the Canal Street Couriers to be a weak little group, huh? To be pushing them around.
Oh, I don't know if we're pushing you around much more. I mean, you work with the dock workers. Do a good business. You pay us our due. You've proven yourselves, I think, in the eyes of Bazo. I'm not so sure about Pickett, though.
All right. I think I'm gonna share that information with the other 3 when we regroup later,
Right.
because that'll be important. All right. I'm just gonna get him progressively more drunk because I think that he's shared enough information already.
Okay. Yeah, he drones on more about how they're just kind of folk heroes, and they're sort of the sad sacks now because the red sashes are winning. And he hopes that Baz can make a deal, otherwise somebody else is going to make the deal.
Mm-hmm.
probably Pickett or another one of the gang bosses.
Okay. Do we know how many lampblacks are currently in the city? I mean, obviously their numbers are dwindling, but
Yeah, I mean, it's probably down to a couple dozen,
okay.
which fits their tier, so that's not too surprising.
Right. Okay.
All right. So fast forward, everybody reconvening at the hideout, presumably.
Yep.
Yup.
Yep.
All right, I'm gonna get some ice. You guys can start the conversation.
So, is Pinkerton with us?
No.
Okay, you send him off.
Yeah, I think he usually goes home for the evening or whatever.
Yeah.
I think we should make stops in and check on that man. Seems a little depressed.
God. So how did you guys' day go?
I don't think he has much family.
Got to go to the inn, and we talked to his lady love again, and we got some cool information, and it looks like they're gonna be having a big hullabaloo tomorrow.
Yeah, we got some good information too.
Are we invited
Hopefully.
to that party?
It's not a good party. It's like an angry party. Like
What does that mean?
Like a fight 'em up party.
A what party?
A fight 'em up. Sorry.
Okay.
I believe raid
A
is
raid.
the term that the kids use these days.
And then they
We're gonna launch
basically
a
want us to
raid.
get the sword back. And then they want to back us. And then we go to the raid.
I don't know. I don't think I can go to a raid.
You
I'm
think
turning
we go to
into
a raid?
turning into my other character right now. I want to play Griffin so bad.
He'll be
Is a
back
month
soon.
up?
Well, we can say that probably after the next score, Griffin can come back.
So that's good information, but I don't think we can go to a raid. I don't have any more Molly.
Not a rave, a raid.
We need to see if we can get the sword back from Baz.
Well, I don't think that's gonna be too much of an issue,
We
honestly.
can do a swap. I got a nice sword right here.
How close does that sword look to the sword that they want?
Well,
in that game?
it belongs to a red sash. I'm pretty sure if we're like, hey, red sashes, here's this sword. It looks exactly like a red sash sword. Enjoy. I think they're gonna know.
I mean, you two guys, we got two leeches. You guys can attempt to forge it, and I
We can.
know how to forge
You
stuff.
could attempt to forge it because I do know what it looks like.
Oh,
That's
okay.
true.
That's what I was gonna ask. I was like, do we know what it looks like?
We also
Yeah.
learned that there was this whore down at the whorehouse. She can do amazing things with her tongue.
Oh my god.
So you know, if
Dang.
any of the males around here want to head down there with me later.
Crass.
Crass.
So crass.
Stop living up to your name.
All right.
I really call it living down.
So, yeah. So it sounds like we've made the decision to support the red sashes over the lamp flags.
Yeah, it seems like they're on the decline.
Yeah.
The Lampblacks are fairly desperate, and that's never something you want to work with.
Right.
True, but I kind of want to work with at least Pinkerton. I feel bad for the guy.
Well,
He's like that old grandpa always yelling stories about his younger days.
We
He's
can
got no
keep
kids to talk
Pinkerton.
to.
If they're truly on the decline, then he probably wouldn't have too much more loyalty with them. I mean, other than what he's already told us, right? I mean, Baz is already losing power, but he's the only one respected. So
I thought he said he wasn't the only one they respect.
Pickett.
yeah,
I mean,
Pickett, I
Pickett was
guess.
the other guy.
Well, Pinkerton.
Well,
If we give him a little,
we've got some
Sure.
cells. We can just keep him.
I mean, yes, if we give him a little, I mean, look at Angel. I say, hey, here is a thing for redheads. So
Oh.
I'm sure that
Celestial redheads.
celestial redheads,
oh my
redheaded angels.
You're my red
I don't.
girl.
I don't think we have to worry too much about Pinkerton. I think a couple more drinks and whatnot, we can probably sway him to our side.
Do we have any more of
But
that
if we-
cup of pen?
Yes, but I promised it to Griffin when he got out of jail.
Oh, okay.
He doesn't need it.
I was just gonna overdose Pinkerton so that he could have
Oh
one more
no.
good night.
Okay. Did you say we wanted to forge the sword?
Yeah.
Oh, if we can.
I was going to suggest that I follow along this whole little, like,
Does
the
anyone know how to
whatever
make
Utan is doing. Maybe, see where this raid is going down.
But if we could forge a good enough sword tonight, then you might be able to join them on her raid.
Would that be a tinker?
Probably.
That would be a tinker, I think.
Do we
Okay.
have do we have a place to forge it?
So
We have tools and stuff.
So let
the
me
leeches
let me
do.
point out a salient fact about the Iruvian Tsar, which was the sword that you stole. Is that the blade is jet black. Looks like it's made of glass. And there are some rather sizable rubies on the pommel that would be hard to fake without some up close and personal inspection of said rubies, and then some detailed work on the like crafting some forged looking red, red glass things, or however you forge rubies, right?
Yeah.
I
Paste.
figured there was probably like an Asian part of the town that sells them for like $5.
Oh my goodness.
Why is it got to be Asian?
Come on. Have you been to New York?
I mean, there's that Tekarosi guy on the roof.
There's that Tekarosi guy on the roof.
Yeah, I'm
That's
sure that
true.
he has a obsidian blade.
And we could just
sword.
no, but like we could just like
Well,
not let
like
them
a
inspect it
knockoff.
too hard. Like keep it covered and then like unveil it for a couple seconds. Be like, hey, we got the sword, and then cover it up again.
No, we could just
I would be up to
go
talk.
get it from Baz.
Yeah, we could just try to go get the actual sword.
We could
I
just
would
go
be-
kill Baz.
Regardless of what we decide to do, I would be up to talk to the Tekarosi guy, see if he can get us to knock off. I could also go and, follow along in the shadows on this raid. Maybe I'll get a chance to, save Utana or something like that. Have her owe me one.
Isn't the whole point is that the raids, well, like we have to get them the sword before the raid happens, otherwise we're getting raided.
No.
They were just having a party, and then we were talking, and her like drunk brother came in and was like, "We should go eat good food because we could all die tomorrow because we're going on a big thing." And she was like, "Great, that's exactly what I wanted you to say in front of these people." So we don't know what it is, but
I'm good at
I
setting
think
things
we
up
see
like
what
that.
I think we should see what the raid is going to be, and then decide whether or not we need to get the sword. But I do think we need to get the sword back from Baz because it looks like they're going to win the war.
I mean, the raid is probably going to be a pretty good distraction for us getting the sword wherever it is.
Hey Matt,
Yeah.
what time is it in game? Like how long? Like they said they were going on the raid tomorrow. Like is it tomorrow?
It is like, well, you guys have convened like probably 2 hours later, and so, it's
12 hours later.
2. So,
Oh, okay. I was gonna say like holy shit.
So I mean, tomorrow is like at least we'll call it 8 hours away before people start waking up for tomorrow.
Okay.
So what we should do is put the rooks outside. No, not the rooks.
My one-eyed backstabbers.
The one-eyed backstabbers outside. Have them kind of.
Yeah, you'll never not be able to see that as an innuendo now, Matt. You're welcome.
No, like it's not the innuendo I laugh at. It's the fact that they're not one-eyed and they're not
None of them are
backstabbers.
one-eyed. They get stabbed in the front.
I told Thorn to recruit the one guy that has one eye.
I mean, it makes it worse because I'm laughing at my own joke, but
That makes it better, you mean?
totally.
So we should have them kind of just space out around the hotel. let us know when they start going down. Have you go follow the raid, see what's happening, and then the rest of us go and get the sword.
I mean, here's a good idea. Why don't we completely ignore the plot hook that this god's setting up for us? Go get another cup of tea.
Okay, Griffin.
That is entirely up to you guys.
I mean, if you think about it, I can't do this voice right now, I'm sorry. But if you think about it, all the guards are going to be distracted with the raid. We could get in and out with more of that then.
Well,
That's not even the right. They don't.
That's a different group entirely.
You don't know
We
where
don't
the raid's
actually know
taking
who
place.
owns that boat yet.
And
I
we don't know
don't
we don't know who's being raided. They never actually said the Lamplax.
Yeah, maybe
Probably
they're
the
raiding
Lamplax,
that
though.
guy who drives
Well,
the
probably
boat.
yeah, but I mean, I feel like he emphasized how like dangerous and how easily it could go wrong. And if they're like actually kicking the ever-loving shit out of the Lamplax as much as they are, like I feel like they would have been a little bit more confident about that, especially if they were drunk. Like, I feel like that wouldn't have been like a let's have our last meal. Be more.
Well, I think it doesn't matter who they're raiding or what. We need to get the sword. So I think it's probably at Baz's hideout where we
And we
gave
do
it to him
have an-
last time.
We have an in there just because he expects us to go report about this peace meeting we're supposed to set up. So we
Yeah.
just walk in pretending we're going to report about that, and then, I don't know, Crass walks away and gets lost somewhere and stumbles upon a sword. He's sneaky.
Yeah,
Do it.
Lurkish, you might say.
I
Yeah.
think we should do that
Just a wee bit. Okay, that sounds like a good
Tiny
plan.
bit.
because we can go and give a report of what we know, which is, hey, they think they're gonna raid.
Damn it! I should have asked
Essentially-
Pinkerton where the sword was being kept. I didn't even think about that until just now. I completely fucked it up.
Don't worry. While we're going through the hideout, we'll just flash back to when you were hanging out with Pinkerton. And ask him.
Matt's like, no, I will not allow it.
So that's our plan, Matt. That's what our heist is gonna be. Is we're gonna go infiltrate
Logic, my one weakness.
Baz's place and get the sword.
You're so mean to
Yeah.
me.
Harrier kind of fidgets and goes like back and forth. And he says, I mean, I think it's a good plan and all, and you're all welcome to follow through on that part. Something rubs me the wrong way about doing the Lamplax in like this. I'll see if I can't prove myself to Utana.
I mean, if you want to come shoot some Lamplax while we're there, I'm sure something's going to go wrong.
You get to
I'm
shoot
not-
people.
Always
I mean,
does.
come on, Harrier.
We're not taking the sword out of anger. We are just taking the sword because they are the weaker party.
And we don't want to get stabbed by many Eruvian swords.
Yes.
No, true. And I'm sure that
We're not really setting a good precedent for our business model. Here, we'll steal you this sword, and then we'll steal it back from you and give it to someone else, and then we'll
I
steal
mean-
it back from them.
On paper, our business model is that we're smugglers, and I think we smuggled one thing twice. So,
I feel like this is the third time now.
It's repeat business. It's all good.
All right, do you want to play it straight? Do you want to go to the Lamplax and say, hey, they really fucking want this sword? This is how you get in good with them, and you should give it to them, and then maybe they'll stop killing you?
Yeah, maybe like since they want us like to set up that peace meeting, be like the only way they'd set it up is if you give us the sword.
Yeah.
mhm.
I mean, it could work. I could still like sneak around and try and steal it while you guys
Yeah.
are trying to convince them to just give it to you.
No, what if we could do is go there and then try and sway Baz that the
Proper
only
decent.
way he's gonna get any sort of peace treaty started even
How's
Please
this
give them
happen
the
to
sword.
Desmond?
Yes, is to give the sword. And I mean, Harrier nods in agreement. And he says, listen, contrary to popular belief and truly against my nature, and he kind of like looks at Biddy for a sec. He says, I don't enjoy killing just for the sake of killing, and part of me feels sorry for these Lamplax.
Well, we're trying
And
to
I will
give
kill them
peace.
if need be.
I don't think we plan to kill anyone, though. That's the thing.
Yeah.
I mean,
I mean, did
ideally,
we
we'd
ever
go.
plan to kill anyone? I don't
Yes,
know.
We always do
Griffin
Say,
did.
but
Okay,
Well,
but I mean, as
There
a
was that
group.
one time we literally went on a hit job.
oh yeah, but I mean, Harry was totally fine with that. But
Okay, but besides the
We
hit
straight up
job,
just got paid.
and
to
besides
go
Griffin,
kill them.
what have the Romans ever done for us?
what if the what?
No, all right. What I'm saying is play it
Okay.
completely straight. Say the only way the Red Sashes are going to trust us to broker the peace is to give them the sword. But you're probably going to have to do some more stuff to get them to have peace with you. And actually, honestly, try and set up a peace for Baz.
Can I have the? Is there any like alchemical thing that can start a fire?
There's probably plenty.
Yeah.
We make it a rule to not let him have any.
No,
Much like a
It's
child.
It's a good idea. It's a good idea. Okay, so what we're gonna do is just me and Harry are going, and we're gonna play up our demon-ish.
Going in
and
where
Scare them.
is my question.
We're gonna go and talk to them about giving us the sword, and if they don't agree, someone behind us just starts a fire, and we'll be like, we'll bring all of hell down upon you.
So this is a social score then?
Yes.
I would assume so. I mean, either way, no matter what plan we go with, I feel like this is definitely social.
I think we've decided that Harrier feels uncomfortable being a little backstabber, and we're going to play this completely straight and tell Baz the only way we can even start to do a truce is to give them the sword, and then we'll see where it goes from there. Which would make it a social score.
Okay.
Because we're trying to sway them to give up their only leverage.
It's true. And we have a better chance of coming out on top of both in this
Yes.
scenario.
That's true.
If we do actually set
And-
up a peace meeting, we could attempt to exploit that in the future.
Yeah.
And if worst comes to worst and people need to die, well then I think we all know that there's a certain Tycherosi who can make that happen. But
Hey, you don't have to talk me up that much. It's okay.
you're Tycherosi?
You're goddamn right I am. Why do you think I'm doing the voice?
You're all like Tekarowski and Scobs. None of you are anything else.
I'm not.
I think
What are you? You're
A
Akarosi?
banana.
You're Akarosi.
I'm-
Okay.
I'm Akarosi. I'm the other white meat. God damn it, Maggie. Sorry.
I kind of like you all being Tekarowsi and Scobs. I was meaning to.
Our gang is just all scabs.
Well, I mean, I think that was kind of part of the initial thing. You just weren't on board with it.
I'm an Koros.
Yes, we're the same. We're the same race, babe.
Oh, 13 is a
Okay,
Ruvian. Wait, what?
What?
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's a gif of Pinkerton and the whore from earlier.
Oh
Oh,
my
no.
Why?
god.
That's okay.
Matt, you can try and avoid it as much as you want.
I mean, did we all witness Desmond's fuck up earlier with the Thunder Fury Blessed Blade of the Windseeker?
Yeah,
I did see that, yes.
I'm still recovering from that one, actually.
Okay, so we're going to
Social score, yes.
Love you,
And we're
Desmond.
gonna go talk to Baz.
Desmond,
at
are you?
Baz's
Is Desmond
house.
not even watching our stream?
He's watching,
Probably
I
not.
think.
He's
This
watching.
Is, this
and
is why I
typing
took
chat,
Gunmugger, Desmond.
but
This
he's
is why I
losing
took Gunmugger.
play.
Nobody's watching our stream, so that's okay.
Oh.
That's all right because we're according to our stream still playing Shadow over Fandelver.
So, social score. Let's go.
Okay, so what's the
Someone roll
approach?
fortune.
Social.
Social.
What's the connection?
Well, the fact that Baz hired us for a job and we're reporting in on it, I would suppose.
Okay,
Yeah.
easy enough. All right, this is where I have to go to work. You guys, this is tough. You know, I have to roll dice and everything.
Oh no, it's
I
like
know.
it's like your job or something. I don't even
It's
know.
like you're a game master. It's weird.
Yeah.
What?
Like actually in Dungeon World, the game master doesn't roll any dice.
That's why you want to play that, isn't
Yeah,
it?
absolutely.
Yes, that's absolutely why he wants to
Actually,
play.
in Apocalypse
Drawing us
World,
to games where he has to do nothing.
Apocalypse World, same thing. I don't roll any dice. So.
I mean, wait, you don't roll dice here either. Well, okay, you
well,
roll
actually-
like a fortune.
Occasionally.
I have to roll fortune rolls for like all of the clocks that I'm supposed to, like all the plates that keep spinning. And where the fuck is the engagement roll thingy?
Matt's getting lazy.
I am getting lazy. I'm old.
Justin, you're gonna have to.
I'm old.
This is the real reason why he doesn't want to play Pathfinder again.
Justin, you're gonna have to be the
Absolutely.
DM soon.
Pathfinder,
no.
you have to remember like 96,000 rules, and then somebody says, "Oh, and by the way, I've got a whip and I trip people all the time."
I don't know. GURP seems way harder than Pathfinder.
Right?
The worst you had to deal with.
No, but I mean,
I was the worst Matt had to deal with. I'll own up to that.
The thing with GURPS is, though, I feel like I should just make like 4 characters before we start, because I think Matt's just going to start killing us.
exactly. GURPS is easy because everybody just dies before they figure out the rules. That's right.
Oh, I'm not looking forward to dying.
It'll be great. All right, so I wouldn't say this is a particularly bold or daring operation.
Not really.
It seems
That's
Yeah,
why I
we're
try to
taking the
include the
easy way out on
fire
this one.
guys.
No.
Wanted to get some dice. Come on.
If we need to, we can, but that's not a part of the plan.
it seems kind of contingent on a few too many factors, though.
Yeah.
Like the
I
plan.
mean, Harrier's gone like, look at me, I'm a scary demon multiple times without the use of anything else. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Most people don't need fire to accent their demonish features.
I missed 13 because then we could accidentally have a real demon.
I mean, the night is young, so.
You know what, you itty bitty whore? You want to take us outside?
Did
Um,
you just call me an
I'll
itty
fight
bitty
you.
whore?
Goddamn
I will
right I did.
fight you.
somebody tell Desmond.
In my eyes, Crass is still like 4'2" for some reason. I think it's because you did a Mickey voice, so you're like 4'2", just bouncing out.
Charms, lad.
Yeah, your attention. Yeah,
Oh,
actually, that's
boy.
exactly what I picture is
Oh my
Lucky
God.
bouncing back and forth with his fists up.
I'm gonna get a
And
drink.
just some demon horns.
Yeah, pretty much covered by the leprechaun hat.
Like, oh boy, I'm gonna jump out of these shadows and stab you.
Mhm.
All right, so,
Don't you get goofy with me, huh?
all right, I'll say that but the plan's detail is that you are kind of hitting them where they're vulnerable.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that kind of cancels out the previous point of it being a little too contingent on things. None of your friends or contacts have really provided aid.
But we made some new ones.
I mean, yeah, our
Sure.
new friend provided us with a lot of information.
Sure, but Celia is sort of scheming against you, so we'll say
There
she's
we go.
pulling some strings in the background.
Yeah, but we did use Pinkerton and gather a lot of information. Not to mention talking to the Red Sashes. We did a lot of prep work for this.
Yeah,
We
I've done it
spent
once
an
in my
entire
pants.
session of just prep work.
Yeah.
I'll give you that. I'll give you that. So that's another element to consider. So I think all in all, you're at kind of like 1 die for your engagement roll.
That's
Well-
good enough.
I see your one and raise you another, making it 2.
I mean, give me a reason to add a second die.
Because you
God.
love us.
I don't love you that much.
Because it's ironic that the most prepared we've been for a score yet is the social one where we're going to talk to someone instead of like going outside the city where you sent Steve Thulu after us.
That's true. I mean, you did do a lot of preparation for this. And it involved quite a lot of you. So Well, I'm a sucker. I'll give you 2.
Aww.
You're
Oh my
welcome,
gosh.
everyone.
That went well.
All or nothing.
All right. So, it looked like there were other members of the Lampblacks about to waylay you into the meeting with Baz, but it seems like Baz's inner circle, not including Pickett, are like running interference and
I
like
was
they
gonna
like
say, yeah,
back off. This is a meeting just for Baz.
yeah. Harrier has none of like if they try and like the lower ones try and do any of that. Harrier has none of it.
Well, I mean, yeah, but you don't have a lot of sway here, and they are higher tier than you. So
Yeah, hasn't told us before.
So I'm going to go to Baz. and be
Biddy,
like,
Biddy, welcome. Have a seat. And you guys are in like this butcher's shop, essentially.
Oh, lovely.
It's actually more of like a large scale butcher. Like this is where like the animals come to get slaughtered.
Processing house?
Oh, I was gonna like
Yeah.
ask if they also made sandwiches in the front or something.
No, this is like meat packing. So
okay. So I'm going to.
So far,
Baz,
Griffin, he's good at
we
meat
have
packing.
some information for you, and I'm kind of like not fussy, but I'm looking for like a clean spot, no blood, to like sit down in.
this is like the foreman's office, so it's
Okay.
decent enough. But I mean it's barren. Like Baz has cleaned this out, and it's just like there's a wooden filing cabinet in the corner. There's a table in the middle, and there's just chairs, and that's it.
Okay. So I'm gonna go. Baz, I bet you didn't think to hear from us so soon.
Cameron,
We have
can you mute
done.
yourself? Like, because there's a wicked echo. Sorry.
I thought Cam was just good at impersonations.
Sorry, I'm being
Cam's-
loud because
Cam's a
I'm
doppelganger.
No, that's okay. Go ahead.
That's you in general.
Oh, you think I'm loud in general? That's rude and truthful.
Yes, also truthful.
So I'm like Baz. Oh, it's so lovely. I bet you didn't expect to hear from us so soon. We have some information for you. We've all worked very hard to try and get the most honest truth we could get from the Red Sashes about your situation.
Honest, that's your brand of truth, then, is it?
Harrier's leaning up against like the wall next to the door, just kind of like clean, like wiping down and cleaning his rifle. I was trying to learn to like figure out how to say that without giving James room for an innuendo, but and
I
like,
wasn't
as
thinking of an
Biddy's-
innuendo. I was picturing
as-
he was like that dad when just sitting there cleaning his gun, talking to
Sure.
a new boyfriend.
yeah, absolutely.
Baz, I'm
Just kind of
hurt.
like rolling his eyes at all of the double talk.
I'm not. Baz, I'm hurt. You know I've tried always to be as truthful as possible with you.
Yeah.
We had a very successful day talking with people in the lower end of the Red Sashes with Pinkerton, our Lady Angel here. Give him a smile, Angel. Took him and
I give him a really awkward smile.
Like
him in-
smiling, that's natural for me. Yes.
took him and got a lot of information, and me and Harrier went and talked to some of the people we know in the Red Sashes, and things are not going quite well for you in their eyes.
That's not
Yes.
right.
Well, I think I made it pretty clear, Miss Biddy, that we were not in, let's say, a good way with the Red Sashes, of course. One of the Lampblacks, like he's smoking a pipe and he starts coughing and choking.
I understand that, Baz, but to even start to think about brokering a peace between the two of you, they really want that sword. I'm going to try and sway Baz into believing what I'm saying is the absolute truth. Who all wants to give him pleading faces?
I mean, you're not lying.
I just like to tell him that it's actually Mrs., not Miss. Bit of a semantic prick.
Biddy's married?
Yes, she's married to me.
No. All right, so Biddy, you're trying to sway him to just give you the sword.
Sorry, my phone died while I was talking.
Oh,
You hear me now?
Esther, quit being Desmond. What's wrong with you?
You'll be on Discord for
I do know
like an
such
hour
a
and a half, 2 hours.
Esther does not equal Desmond.
So, who all said they were gonna? I'm trying to make this a group sway.
Oh, I'll definitely join in on that. Anytime you guys want to do a
I'll
group
do it
action
as
where
well.
I have 0 dice, I'm definitely join.
Please let me contribute to your stress.
Okay, so
But wait, what are we swaying? Because we're not lying to him. Like
we're not
they
lying,
said.
Well,
but we
sway isn't
want him to
necessarily
give
bluff.
it up.
It's convincing him to do what we want.
Right.
I mean,
Okay,
maybe
okay,
consort
we want
too.
the sword.
Yeah, I
also
got
have
that.
0 dots in consort. Down for whatever fucks your
Yeah,
guys'
I
stress
will
level.
also. I will assist.
Okay. So
All right, well, so
Wait.
I appreciate that you're all standing there, but I think you
So
all
like,
kind of need to participate
yeah. So
in the conversation to actually make this a team action.
Okay, we're
what
getting to
Harrier's
it.
kind of doing is like as Biddy, because like as Biddy does, and she like talks a lot to say a little. Like,
Yeah.
you know, Harrier kind of makes eye contact with Baz as she's doing this, and gives him like an honest nod, or like, kind of pitches in to like shorten things and make them a little like less around convoluted to get to the point for Baz.
Okay.
A little bit more businesslike than the like. Not double talk that like that he's doing, but like.
Okay. So what's like? What do you say?
What are the words that come out of your mouth?
Well, as she's saying, like, oh, like we try and do the honest truth and and like Harrier kind of just comes out and says, she's telling the truth. We met with one of the what's Lieutenant's rank? Is she at Lieutenant?
I mean, it's their structure is probably a little more rigid than most, but lieutenant would be the kind of equivalent. Yes.
Yeah. So we met with one of the higher ups. Brokering a peace, maybe, but they want that sword. That rubbed them the wrong way, and more wrong ways than I've seen most people rubbed.
Nate, you're just asking for it, man.
Well, you didn't get the other one, so I figured that I would give you a second chance.
Well, we did want it for leverage. I didn't picture it quite like this.
Well, it's a matter of survival, Baz. I would say this is the best kind of leverage you'd get out of it.
Oh, you don't see us clearing this? You don't think we can take on the Red Sashes?
I mean, no offense, but your Pinkerton guy said as much.
He said
I
what?
say,
Nothing.
Oh, no.
I cover across his mouth with my hand.
I say, I just don't mention it. I just say, why else would you have us look for this peace agreement if you didn't want the bloodshed to end, Baz? I kind of raise my eyebrows at him.
You got a fair point. But we was planning on using that to extend our territory rather than retreat from it.
I wouldn't look at it in the manner of expanding or retreating. Think of it as neutral ground. You don't lose any, you don't gain any. It's better than losing all of it, potentially. Because let's look at it honestly, Baz. I'm not going to say that I don't think that you can't come out on top of this little war, but what would you have left?
Reminds me of some corporate doublespeak. It's not downsizing, it's right-sizing.
Yeah, exactly. It's the right fit for you, Baz.
I mean, let's face it. You've got what, like a dozen guys left, and they're all ex-lamplighters. They're literally trained swordsmen. Like, this is not going to go well if you don't sue for peace.
And
this
only
is
half
what
them
we're
still
doing.
respect you.
Grass! Damn it! Is my hand still on his mouth?
Yes. Your
It's
hand can
not
still
that
be
we
on his
don't.
mouth.
It's not that we don't believe in you, Baz, or the strength. It's just a matter of, strength in numbers. This is logic we're going with here.
I should
There-
hope you believe
there
in
will
us
be-
because, we would put down our lives to protect your lot.
Sure, and I believe that, but I mean, like I said, there will be more than enough time for you guys to continue expanding your territory. I mean, this is just one minor setback. And if you're able
It's a-
to
yeah.
overcome this setback, then they'll be off your backs for a while. You'll have plenty more time to continue expanding and recruiting or whatnot. I mean, with this in the way, at any moment you could be stopped.
Say, this war is a bleed out for you, Baz. You're not cutting off the arm, you're just stitching the wound.
We paid you a pretty penny to retrieve that for us.
Harry kind of like raises an eyebrow at the rest of his gang as he was not here for that.
I wasn't either.
Angel gives him the same look.
Biddy looks a little. Baz, you paid us to retrieve it. We retrieved it. And now you hired us to broker peace. And we're giving you the best option to sue for peace. We're not guaranteeing, but we are giving you the best option.
All right. If this is a team effort, it feels a little bit more appropriate now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could I? Oh wait, no, we all roll the same thing. Never mind.
It's risky standard sway, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would roll, but I had a hand over my mouth like that.
All right. Who's leading? Biddy?
I'm leading.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow, so much
Okay.
stress.
We traumatized Biddy.
Stress. 3 stress.
3 stress, minor success.
I kind of want to do it.
Do it.
Oh,
Hey, look, a
Oh, look at
5.
that.
there we go.
Now you wish you didn't put your hand over my mouth, don't you?
You're just being cute. You were just the face of it. That's all.
All right. And nothing from Sapper?
He rolled.
Oh, I rolled
You rolled
as
before me.
Sapper, but
Oh.
that was Biddy's roll. I just had it set as Sapper in my chat.
Oh.
But Sapper is not rolling.
Yeah, no,
We
it
already have
showed up
success.
as Biddy Bella rolls. So
Yeah.
okay. So he says, "Look, you all can have the sword back, but I think we're not truly on the level here. I think we need some assurances that if we give that sword up, that we're going to get the meeting that we asked for, that we're going to get a fair hearing from these Eruvian scum. So look, I want you to pick 2 of your men.
Crass.
2 of your men to stay behind.
Crass.
You motherfucker.
He says, I want you to pick, and Harrier's already pointing at Crass.
I want you to pick 2 of your men to stay behind as collateral.
Yeah, I'll do it. Why not?
No, you need the experience.
Yeah, you need the experience, Sapper. You can't be a lurker forever.
Keep in mind, this doesn't have to be PCs.
Oh,
give
so
him
we can
Weasel.
give the weasel? We're not giving the weasel to the child.
We'll give him Weasel.
Immediately
Give him
jumped to the
Weasel.
13-year-old boy. That's good.
I have no
Yeah,
sentiment. I
say,
have no sentimental attachment to him.
I
I say-
have sentimental.
100%
I
give
say,
him
hey
Weasel.
Bess, what did you think of that stew that you had at the old hideout the other night? I say we can give you this one, and I motion to Crass, and I say he's extremely entertaining, sometimes in all the wrong ways. And Weasel, who cooked the stew. He's a wonderfully B+ cook.
He points a meaty index finger at Crest and says, "This one, I think, is hilarious."
Say it's the size, isn't it? No, you don't see many 4'1" Taikarosi.
He says, "And you give me the cook of that stew?"
Yes,
All right.
Weasel is his name.
Yeah, that'll do.
My
bring him
lord,
here.
Just a
Bring him here, and we will take this one, points to Crass, and your cook, and you will have your sword.
Okay. I run out into the street and I like horse whistle. I can't actually do it. And I yell,
And Weasel.
Whistle!
Okay.
And I assume we had him set to like follow us, and he's like hidden in the street somewhere, like watching the hideout.
That seems like a one stress flashback to get him to
Got
connect
it.
you. All right.
How are you not traumatized at this point?
I am really close to being traumatized. So I whistle for Weasel, and I was like, Weasel, you're gonna stay with Baz for a couple of days, and cook him some good stew. And we'll come and get you when business is done.
Yes, that sounds lovely. Thank you.
And Weasel, don't forget to report everything that happens to him.
What? Yes. Okay. Yep.
You're so adorable, Weasel. And I like usher him in with Baz.
Yeah.
Harrier gives Weasel a look of utmost pity as they're walking out, like as they pass.
What was it you wanted me to do?
Weasel, all you have to do is spend some time with Baz here and cook him some good food.
And don't drink anything he gives you.
You don't want me to stab him? No. Okay.
No, Weasel. No stabbing.
Sapper just kind of nods his head, just like, yeah, do it.
Perfect. All right. So you it's about an hour later. The sword is produced. It's in a long box, and Baz says, "All right, look, you know what this means to us, and what this means to those Irivian scumbags. I believe we can come back from this, and you guys are our friends.
Of course we're friends.
You double-cross me, and, well, look, I don't know what would happen if I didn't have all of my fellow lampblacks here, but I do know what would happen to you if all my fellow lampblacks weren't here. I am a very capable and very tenacious hound. Not hound in the sense that Harrier's a hound, but just
has like word gotten to people of how we delivered the like Harrier walked into the bar with
that's spread around.
Okay. So I just say, oh Baz, between friends there's no place for insults, especially between two gentlemen who know their way around a butcher shop.
He gives you a wink and a nod. He says, listen, I've said my piece, and I trust you. I'll run along.
Baz, we will do our best by you. And then, like, flits away.
All right. So, what's your next move? What are you guys doing?
I would go try and find Utena.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I'll
practice
take a
my
look at the
stand up.
sword while we've got it.
Yeah, I leave the sword with them to kind of.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, getting a close look, would seem like a doozy to try and forge, but it's got essentially two leviathans for the pommel, and their eyes are really oversized, and the rubies. I mean, oversized from what you've seen of other depictions of leviathans. You've actually never seen one of yourself, but
Okay.
this is a leviathan over here. So
Right. It seems like it's a pretty big deal. Is there any way to check if this sword is like magical at all? Could I attune the sword?
I mean, you could bring it to 13, see what he says.
13 takes it and says, "This is mine."
13 says,
But
"Run along,
we can smuggle knockoff swords. Like, if people only want it for, if people only want it for show and not leverage, like, you put something up on your mantle and tell some like bullshit story about it. And
That's basically what I'm trying to figure out. Like, what's the big deal behind this sword? Is it like super powerful because it's magical or something, or is it just a really fancy like
yeah, I mean, if it's
historical
just
artifact that's worth studying and making knockoffs of?
yeah.
All right.
So
Well, I hate to roleplay an absent PC, but 13 lays his hand upon the pommel
and dies.
Does his attuning thing where his eyes roll into the back of his head and he starts mumbling something, and then you kind of get the impression that the walls are starting to close in a little bit. And then he pulls his hand back and the walls, seem to go back into place. And he says, well, yeah, this is definitely demon possessed. There's no question about it. There's something about this sword that is wrong, and I recommend we take it and get rid of it as soon as possible. The Red Sashes or the Lamblacks can have it as far as I'm concerned. We are not hanging on to this sword.
Good to know.
Got it. Thank you, 13.
I give him his comfort shingle.
He presses the shingle to his cheek and just kind of cuddles into it. And that's the end of the conversation.
So you are as effective as you are strange, friend. And the level to which each of those is fucking very.
Okay, so we go find
Utana.
what's her face? Yeah, Utana.
Okay. So this feels like it's part 2 of a engagement where you are attempting to engage Utana in some
conversation.
Some kind of conversation. But the score here is the survival of the Lamblacks, really. Or not, depending on how you guys want to take this. I mean, like, what's your goal here?
I mean, in Harrier's legitimately trying to at least get this work to the point where, like, Harrier is not intending on betraying Baz.
Yeah, I'm not intending on betraying Baz because I like Weasel and I want Weasel to come home.
Oh, do you? Harrier definitely didn't know that when he offered him up to get Biddy to play on his side.
Harrier.
I learned from the best Biddy, and he kind of like gives you a wink.
All right, guys.
I can't be too bad if you're calling me the best.
So just real quick, it's 11 o'clock. Normally we wrap around this time. I'm good to go for a little while longer. I don't know if you guys are.
You know what, Matt? Let's just take it the next step. We're doing a 24-hour stream.
24-hour stream. Okay. We'll do this for we'll try and get people to donate to.
Yeah, some kind of hospital.
Yeah. What's the one they all do?
Children's hospitals.
Yes. No, the 24-hour stream people.
Yeah. Oh,
Isn't it
Extra
St.
Life.
Jude's?
Extra Life, yes.
Oh.
We should do an Extra Life stream sometime. That would be awesome. 24 hours of me not GMing.
Well, we could do like different games. Like
Yeah, we
each
could,
person could DM like a 4-hour session.
exactly. I could do 4 hours of this, and then somebody could do 4 hours of something else, and then I could do 4 hours of something, and then we could play 4 hours of House on Haunted Hill. It'd be great.
Yeah.
Oh yes, I like that last suggestion.
Betrayal?
Yeah.
Yeah.
be down.
And then we could do a knockoff of the Battlestar Galactica game.
Oh my goodness.
There's actually a really good knockoff, I've heard. It's about like people on like a
My
moon
friends have
Saturn or
played the
something.
Battlestar Galactica one, and my friend who was drunk at the time sent himself to the brig because he thought he was like the whole Cylon or not thing. People were arguing, and he thought he was being smart and sent himself to the brig.
Yeah, pretty much. Like you play infected or not infected by an alien virus, and it's pretty much the same setup, and it's pretty sweet. We should play that sometime. All right. So, if any objections to continuing, because I'm
No.
okay.
I do have to work.
So do
morning.
I.
Okay.
Zero
So,
objections here.
I could probably go for like another like half an hour or so, but I do have to work.
Okay.
Any objections to the 24-hour stream right now?
Oh, right now, yes. In the future,
Overruled.
no.
All right.
Overruled. Sorry.
I think I am gonna duck out for now, but
If you want to see Weasel alive again,
We can rescue.
I don't think
Weasel.
I think this
That's
is the
not
first session
incentive
I've
for
been
me.
in.
I'd bounce out with.
Literally the first time Thorne's seen Weasel.
So it was just like we have a kid.
Weasel is around all the time.
I don't think I've been in any session where Weasel's come.
Biddy,
We
when did
still-
you have a kid? All right. You guys feel free to mark session XP. Doesn't have to be full session XP. Maybe.
If you guys make it to downtime, one of you can take an extra downtime action because I have that power now.
Nice.
Awesome.
Only one person,
Sweet.
but yeah.
Well, hopefully we'll get mostly the same crew for next time, so we can continue on with this
Yeah.
ill-advised adventure.
I mean, I'd be down to play tomorrow.
Tomorrow I think I'm. I don't know. Maybe sometime over the weekend or Sunday
Yeah.
would be the next best, because tomorrow wife's getting a little anxious. I haven't spent a lot of time with her in the evenings after the kids have gone to bed. The past few days.
Ooh.
So
Yeah,
oh,
have some wifey
that's
time.
fair. And then Thursday.
tell her to
I've
make a Blades character.
got- yeah, I
Oh.
should. I'm working her up to it.
Yeah,
She
it's
played
time for-
D&D like a long time ago, and then was like,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
time for Matt to know fear like we know fear.
Yeah.
And
no,
it looks
she
like
would-
it hits. Does it?
Oh,
No, he misses.
oh, James showed up tonight. No, you can't play, baby. I'm sorry.
Oh my
You,
god.
you don't want to have a third kid.
I think he's actually gonna get stabbed if he ever was like, no, you can't because somebody else is here.
All right, we'll call it here. Feel free to mark session XP. We won't mark any for the crew, but you guys did well. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Hey, Matt.
Yes.
Good night,
I,
guys.
I'm planning.